Hey, I'm JC. This is JC's Carport, and this is a job on the Phoenix that I've been putting off for well over 12 months, and I'll show you what that is. Here we go. Yeah, so I sort of loosely mentioned in the last episode on the Phoenix with the exhaust. This thing's got a bit of damage on the frame rail. So when I say a bit of damage, well, it is a bit of damage. It's not huge, but it's annoying. You can probably tell by that sump that something's hit that quite hard. And I think it'll be obvious to most people what's hit it, and that is the crossmember. So yeah, I'll get a couple of pictures, but this thing's had a pretty hard life for obvious reasons. It was obviously a variety bash car at some point. Whether that happened during that or before that, I'm not too sure. But I cut a heap of metal off this car. I'll show you the pile, and what it revealed was a massive dent. I've got a picture which I'll insert all around here, all under there. Like this whole bit was completely sort of folded in, which obviously from a, I don't know, a stump, a rock, something like that, which has then sort of shunted this back and it's hit the sump, which has resulted in some damage. It's a bit hard to see. Yeah, you can sort of see it's a bit hard to see. I'll get it in there for you. There's a bit of creasing and cracking in there. I don't know if you can see it, which is not real flash just in itself. And has resulted in this torsion bar. Well, I think both actually. It's predominantly this driver's side, right hand side, being sort of pushed back into a situation. Hang on, I'll get up there and show you. Where you'll see there's a circlip in there, which is how those torsion bars are held in, because that's been shunted back. That circlip doesn't actually go in properly. It only sort of just catches on one side. I'm not sure how much of gap's meant to be there, but I'm tipping it's actually more than that. And then on the other side, they've given up on the circlip altogether and inserted a handy split pin, which is really good for holding torsion bars in, which pretty much holds the whole front end up. But anyway, yeah, either way, so that's got to be dealt with. So the plan is trans out, motor out, which is probably why I've been putting that off so much. Porta power, heat, hammer, weld, yeah, just get that forward. It's only going to go forward sort of half an inch, probably not even that really. Yeah, half an inch, but yeah, around that, and then everything else should be all right. I mean, it seems to be just at that spent. The rest of the car seems to be pretty good. Body lines, you know that. I mean, you got to remember this is a flat packed car. We got shipped over from the States or Canada, I think. So yeah, for that damage, for the most part, all these body lines are pretty good. Yeah, everything sort of opens and closes properly. There's no sort of exterior damage. It's just wholly and solely that cross member. Yeah, these lines here are pretty good. So yeah, so basically I've just been sort of putting it off because I know it's going to be a big job, which I didn't buy this car to have a big job, but anyway, it is what it is. So this is all the metal I've cut off the front. So when I cut all this off, this is all extra bracing that they attached to the front, whether it was to, I don't know, reinforce it, cover it up, I'm not too sure. But as I cut all this off, because it was all obviously out of extras, it revealed this great hole. Yeah, and it all sort of unfolded from there. So yeah, anyway, so I'm just going to get into it. I'm going to start pulling the trams out, drain the oil, and pull the motor out. Not too painful really, and see what I can do about getting that straightened up, see if we can sort of backyard it with a bit of luck I can, and we'll go from there. Alright, I'll riff into it. Okay, so I've just started unbolting this transmission from the engine, so I'm just going to, I want to pull the trans off separately than the engine because I don't want to pull them out together because I don't want to take the bonnet off. I've just one less job to do. So just a bit of extra info on these 727 torque flights. The flex plate isn't actually symmetrical, so you've actually got to mark it, so I've just sprayed a bit of paint in there, which looks like it's all just going to come straight off, which is really good. Hopefully I'll just put some more on here with a bit of luck. But the other one is, which is pretty cool, these actually have a drain for the torque converter. So I'm going to go along and hopefully get ATF absolutely everywhere and drain some oil out of this torque converter. I had this car running the other day, so it should have oil in it. Oh Jesus, what happens? Another mess. Awesome. So this trans is actually pretty good. You can see the quality of the oil is pretty good. I've just filled it up, but I mean, I had the pan off the other day to water some bits from Handy Performance. So yeah, just looking inside, I'll put a picture on that as well. Yeah, really nice inside. It's looking like it's in really good shape. So yeah. Alright, so let that drain. I'll get those torque converter bolts out. I'll pull the starter off and start. Well, I'll probably do the hoses next. That'll be another big mess. And then yeah, start doing the bell housing bolts, linkages, etc. So I'm just bagging and tagging as I go. I've got a bit of a box out there somewhere. I'm just going to chuck everything in there. Try not to lose anything, which I will. I'll lose something, guarantee it. But anyway, I'll keep pressing on. Alright, well that'll do it for today. Torque converter's undone, starter motor's out, selector sort of rod assembly, right hand to left hand side for the 727's disconnected, out and cleaned. Yeah, that'll do it for this afternoon. Beer time well and truly. So I'll pick it up tomorrow, we'll get a bit more done, should be able to get that transmission out tomorrow. Take it off those tyre stacks, get it on the ground, drag out the old engine crane. She's bogged to the door handles there, but anyway, we'll get her out and yeah, pull this motor out. Alright, so it's a couple of days later, got the trans out, look at it right here, so got a bit of a clean up, scrubbed up alright, probably use another go really with a wire brush or something. That's right, we'll get to that. What I did find with it, I pulled this torque converter off, and you could visibly see like where the torque converter pump seal, I suppose, was. You can actually see the oil was just literally pouring out of it. So that's going to be our biggest oil leak. So I've got one of those coming from Handy Performance. So I'll be able to change that out while it's out. I'm going to go along now. I'll undo the engine mount bolt while it's up in the air like this. Then I'll jack it up, get rid of these tyres that it's sitting on, and I'll be able to start pulling this engine out. It's only going to be a few wires, power steering lines, which I'll leave in the car. So I have to undo this, undo that. And it'll basically just lift out. Oh, sorry, radiator, drain that, get rid of the fluid on that. Shouldn't be. Oh, there's a bit in there. Yeah. Alright, well I'll hook into it. Just going to undo these engine mounts with a bit of luck. Just come out easily. Other side. Cool. Alright, I'll get a container for this coolant, undo these transmission lines. Looks like some kind of drain cock there, but the tap looks like it's... Oh, actually, I think we've got ourselves a drain cock here with a flat blade end lock, so yeah, I might be able to drain this into a bucket, which will be a lot easier. Let me investigate further. Don't know if you can. Oh yeah, that'll work. Don't think you can see it there. I'll try and do this. Get a face full of coolant. That'll be cool. Yeah. Oh, maybe not. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, it's going to work. I don't know how much is actually going in, but that's pretty good. Alright, we'll drain that out and carry on the radio. Alright, so just dropping this car down. Yeah, so the handbrake's not working, the transmission's out obviously, so there's no nothing to stop it rolling away. Yeah, the sketch level is because there's no it was alright with these because they had a lip, but there's no lip on these rims, so. But I have chucked a couple of bits of metal in there, hopefully. If anything happens, it'll hopefully they'll stop it. I've got a couple of chocks here in case it takes off. I really hope it doesn't, because it's going to do some damage if it does, but yeah. Anyway, we'll go for a bit of a jack up here and see how we go. This is what I'm not liking. Might come up with some kind of strap system or something like that to at least tie it so it doesn't just roll away. Alright, I'll bring this back in. Alright, so I got that jacked up, got those top two tyres off. Yeah, I'm just going to go and lower it down. I'm not going to bother doing that, but yeah. I'll film it. Watching my grizzly death, we'll see how we go. Alright, so that went better than expected, that's really good. So last few tyres, stack of tyres is easy to do, so I'll just do that off camera. The old shock absorber wheel chock there, usual beauty. Yeah, we'll bring this engine crane in, we can start lifting this engine out. Alright, so it's a few days later, got the motor out, going to do just a bit of a clean up, take it around walls,
We'll probably pull the heads off and see what the bore's like. Might throw some rings and bearings in it, see how bad it is, I suppose. I mean, it's a good motor, it runs nice, so it shouldn't take too much. Hopefully I'm not into a full rebuild. I don't think I will be, but yeah. So we'll do that, get that cleaned up. Here's the engine bay of the car. So it's probably a bit hard to see with the camera, but you can sort of see there's a fair kink through there, which is where this is bent back. The other side's not too bad. I think most of the damage is on this side. I don't think this side is too bad. I mean, there's some rippling there, but I don't think that's part of it. It might be factory, I think. Yeah, so that's basically the state of things. So yeah, I'll get this motor cleaned up, load it in the back of the car, and head it around to Walls. Then I can get this wheeled back inside. I'll put it back on the tyres so I can get under it, get some pushing going on, some pushing or pulling or a bit of both. But yeah, so that's the state of that. Alright, so I got this car back up in the air. Yeah, I'll get underneath, I'll show you this damage, and we'll come up with a plan. So I'm going to use probably this to sort of brace the chassis somewhere. Then I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this ram as a porta power. It's going to be the story on that. Yeah, and we'll try and pump this cross member out of it. Okay. Oops. Yeah. So you can see that. Don't know if the camera does it justice. You can see that damage there. There's actually a fatigue crack there as well. Buckled under there. It's a bit hard to thing. But yeah, so basically this has got to go 1/2 inch that way back to the front. So I'm hoping to come down here and brace across here and pump forward is the plan. Alright, well I'll go with the bits and pieces, get things set up and bring you back in. Alright, so day later again, but I've got updates. Made some real progress. So this is the setup. So I welded a bar in there, quite a thick bar, and I welded a bit of a sort of receiver sort of plate on that cross member, and we've actually had wiring yesterday. We actually pushed it out. So she's basically where she should be. So I'll get hard to see on camera there, but there's a few cracks, which had to happen, which they'll get welded up. But I'll show you underneath and show you what progress we've made. I should have bought the light, but anyway, should be right. So this is a bar, so it's quite thick. I don't know if you can see that. Actually, I'll go and get the light. Right, that's better. So that's how thick that bar is. I mean, there's obviously a bit of yeah, it's probably sharp, but it's quite thick. So welded that in. Welded a bit of a bit on there for the base of that that ram. Yeah, welded it up there. There, a bit of reinforcement here, which probably didn't really need, but I haven't welded it to there. That's just sitting there. And so we've pushed it out. So I've unloaded that torsion bar, which is what that's all about, with that strap there and stuff. And we now have, most importantly, don't know if you can see it. If you can see the, oh yeah, so you can sort of see the groove there where the spring goes. Now that wasn't exposed before, that was only just sort of in there. So there's about 1/4 inch there, so I'm going for 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna go forward a bit more, pump it out a bit more, and I've got to unbolt that
lower control arm so I can get that free, get the stress off that torsion bar so I can see how far this one's meant to go. As you can see, you can't even see the groove on this one. And though you can see the handy repair there, they've which is, you know, they've probably done that on the fly at the race. So yeah, we'll forgive them. So yeah, with that split in there, I mean, drilled through. Quite funny. But anyway, yeah, so let me get that wheel off. I'll get that control arm free, get that torsion bar unloaded, and we can hammer that forward using our torsion bar tool, which is wholly and solely for bashing in and out torsion bars. Yeah, and we'll see how much we got. I'll go forward probably another half inch on the rammer. That will hopefully give us another sort of quarter inch here, and I'll start welding it back together. I'll show you some of these cracks and stuff that we've got to weld up. Bit hard to see, but yeah, you can sort of see some cracking there. Yeah, on both sides there's a fair bit of cracking on that weld there. Yeah, cracking there, it's completely cracked away. So all that's got to be filled up. So yeah, but the good news is we're basically back to straight. So yeah, all right, I'll bring you to get that torsion bar freed up. All right, well it's next round. Been out with the car, so I didn't. We got this pumped out. This has been pumped out and straightened up. I didn't actually film it because yeah, we sort of got it was a bit intense, got wild round sort of thing, and we sort of had a bit of a plan in place, so we just sort of hooked into it. But yeah, basically at the end of the day, she's straightened up, so you can sort of see. I'll be a bit hard, so I'll get under there and get some better footage. You can sort of see the gaps there in the cracks and stuff where we sort of pumped it out, so that's got to be welded up, tidied up. You can see the angle of the torsion bar and the angle of the front lower control arm nut there. That's actually in a straight line there, which is not how it was before, which is really good. So we've had some success. So basically it's time for me to grind off all the metal I've added, grind off that bit there, that sort of receiving sort of bit, I guess, where I had that ram connected, and then weld off. I'll get rid of that grind off, sorry, that rear support bracket there. But yeah, it's really good news. It's come up good. We've got our oops, that didn't feel real good. Spiders. Yeah, you can see we've got our sufficient gap. You can see the groove for the spring in there. Oops. Where the spring goes, that's where they're meant to go. Same on this side. Yeah. So yeah, we're much better off. We're straight. Yeah, we've just got to get rid of all of this gear now. You can see here where the weld's sort of split, where it's separated. That was probably inevitable. It was always going to happen. But yeah, I'll just get that welded up. Weld that up myself. Tidy her up, weld her up, and yeah, be done with it. It's going to be good. While I'm here, I'll clean everything up. That side there's got quite a large crack in it, as you can see. Yeah, weld that up, paint that up. It'll all look $1 million. Yeah, well, I won't bore you with a heap of grinding and sparks and metal and shit. I'll just hook into it and bring this back in. Probably back at the welding stage, I'll yeah, bring us in for a bit of welding action. Alright, so I've adjusted that. I hope that camera's not flicking too much. I think it's the LED light. Ground that off.
cut a bit deep, so I'll have to weld that up, fill it up, sand it back. Other side's pretty good. A little bit of welding to do there, not much. Couple of bits there I've got to fill, a little hole there, but for the most part we're back to square. So yeah, some of these gaps are pretty big which I've got to weld up, but I'll get a plan in place for that, and that. But no, we're looking pretty good, I think. So I'll weld this up, sand it back, and then bring this back in. Alright, so I've got a few surfaces prepped there. Just going to start doing some welding. Yeah, top bit there, side bit here, top and sides there. You can see from the factory that's actually never been welded, which is pretty normal. Quality wasn't the focus when these rigs were getting welded up at the factory, so that's pretty standard. But yeah, let's get this rig dialed. We'll try to get a bit of footage of it if I can. A little bit painful to watch, but we'll see. Alright, pretty good, not too bad. A bit too much wire speed, I'll just go and dial that back. Alright, dialed that down a fracco. Let's have another go here. Oh, well, that's not too bad. Yeah, pretty good really. So yeah, all right, I'll carry on with that before I jinx us off with this camera and welding. If that goes well and the two are going together. So I'll keep going and bring you when it's finished. All right, so I got that welded up, ground up just going to go in with a brush and a scraper, just give this whole thing a bit of a clean up. Put some bucks. Get it all sort of, I'll just give it a bit of the old rust converter finish. I think will be the deal there. Yeah, and then we can, and that'll be well, that'll be basically a wrap for this part of the job anyway, which will be good. It's been a bit of a nightmare, but so you're getting there. Alright, well, I'll give it a bit of a clean up and bring it back in for the finished product. Right, righty. So yeah, just giving that a bit of a coat of jam, just a bit of the old just a bit of the old rust converter. That's all I really use there. Just give it a bit of blackness. Yeah, rough and ready engine goes there anyway, so won't see much of it. Yeah, getting a bit of paint on the lower control arms. I'll get a bit on the one out here I've got hanging up. Yeah, bit of a rough coat of jam there. The ultimate buckwheat Rico. Bit of wind about, blowing up and away. It's quite thin, this stuff. Alright, probably missed over them. So we went on and put new bushings in here, so we've pressed those yesterday while I was doing, or the day before, whatever. So new lower control arm bushings. Yeah, this thing's going to be pretty good. Alright, I'll let that dry, and we'll get some assembly happening. The next job will be sort of be on the finished side, or getting close to the finished side. Yeah, pretty stoked. Alright, I'll bring us back in directly. Alright, just got a bit of assembly going on. I'm going to be putting this boot on. Goes over here and then it goes at the back, keeps the dirt out. These can be a bit tight, but if I just rip it with a screwdriver, no. That there. bit of a tight fit. Right, there we go, that's got it. Cool, that's right there, so that goes down here. Got our spring. I'll take this underneath and we'll get that other control arm in and then get this torsion bar back in. I'll just go and get that control arm from the... Alright. Get this in here. Now I did put a paint mark on here because these are meant to stay the way they were originally put in the car. So I just painted that underside there. That's okay, that can go through to there. We can get this is a bit loose in here, but I'll get that done. It's going to be a while rather than boring everyone to tears with that. Alrighty, so I got that in. I haven't done anything up yet. I've got a few adjustments, a few ball joints to change out and stuff, so I won't do it up too tight. Yeah. Alright, so I'll just put this device on here. Shouldn't really have to be honest. Oh, there she goes. That's got it. Get the shit out of here. Now then, grab a screwdriver. And then this boot just sort of goes over this sort of lip. I'm going to get a screwdriver for that. I'll be right back. Alright, so I got that on there. A bit of mucking around, but that's all good. Now I can put my spring in here. With a bit of luck. Might just have to knock that forward a bit. Okay, might be hard to see. Try and get a little spring in here. Alrighty. That's basically that. Yeah. She's back together. She's reasonably straight. Now I can start getting this engine back together, getting it all back together, and get back to when I bought the fucking thing and when it was before I worked out it was bent sort of thing, I suppose. But yeah, pretty happy with that. New boots, new springs, straightened up, painted up. Looks really good. Yeah. All right. Oh, I just got a quick leave the engine, mate. Yeah, basically that's it. She's all back to how it should have been when I first bought it. So yeah, the torsion bars are in straight, clips are in, they're in far enough, they're not bent. So yeah. All right, well I'll leave that at that for now. There's still plenty of more work doing this car. I've got to deal with that rust on that firewall yet, so I'll do a video on that one and find out what's going on with that white putty they've put in there. Find out what evil things that's hiding. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch ya.